Hey, CG6 checking in, and this is my second video for today, and it's just a Nintendo discussion with my friend MrSoccerfan something. His video, his channel is in the description, and just enjoy. So, Parker, what do you think about the Wii U and how it's doing so far?
Well, the Wii U, I'm going to admit the Wii U sales have not been very good, at least compared to how the predecessor sold. The Wii sold absolutely phenomenally in the first year, 2 years, but the Wii U is not doing too well. In the first month, it had about 3 million copies sold, I believe. But ever since then, not too many people have bought it, because all the hardcore gamers went and bought
The
console.
360 and the PS3. But the thing about the Wii, like when it first came out, was when it first came out, it offered something like new that plenty of other systems didn't have. It had like you could play it for like actual fun, and you had like the physical motion. And I mean, that was pretty cool, I guess, for its time. But do you think
Yeah.
that impacted the Wii U in a negative way, or?
Well, I mean, I think that Well, I mean, the Wii, they were able to advertise, oh, you can have exercise while you're playing games. And I mean, that scheme, honestly, excuse my French, but this is all bullshit. I mean, you're not exercising when you're playing the Wii. You're swinging your arms. Like, I mean, they had that advertising routine. And I mean, people bought it for that. I mean, that's why parents bought it. Like,
Yeah, but
oh, my kids are going to be exercising
hey,
when they're playing their games.
hey, the
But,
thing
and like,
about
people were expecting, I think people were expecting Nintendo to, like, make another revolutionary, like something revolutionary, similar to how the Wii was revolutionary. But the Wii U is just like, oh, it's a Wii with a touchscreen. So I mean, that's partially why people were turned off from it. So
I mean, like. Somebody wrote a book because they lost like 20 pounds off playing the Wii, so that's gross, legit, man. But
okay, if you lost 20 pounds off playing the Wii, he must have weighed like 9,000 pounds.
man,
Over 9,000.
you must have been playing way too much of that.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah. So did you read that article on how the Wii U isn't like the hardware isn't up to date enough to handle like Frostbite 2 or the Unreal Engine?
I have not read that. However,
Or
I don't really think that's going to have too much of an impact on the sales.
really?
Because yeah, I don't really think it will because the reason that people bought the Wii U is because they want Nintendo games. They didn't buy the Wii U to play hardcore first-person shooters. If you want to play a hardcore first-person shooter, you're gonna play it on PC, the PlayStation 4. You're probably gonna be playing it on one of the next-gen consoles. And I mean, the Wii U does support current first-person
Wait, but
shooters. Like
all
it
right.
supports Black Ops 2, but
Yeah, but when some people ended up buying the Wii U, they saw the Black Ops 2 port and they saw like the Pro controller that was like a ripoff of the 360 controller. Do you think that gave people? Because like when I first saw that, I was like, "Whoa, look at like Nintendo actually trying to do something like good with their console." Because as we know, that first-person shooter market and franchise, it's just exploded over the past like 5, 6, 7 years, and it's huge now. So do you think that Nintendo games are like, do you think they're good enough to outdo all of the FPS shooters? Because I feel like the FPS shooters have a massive amount of people, and I just don't feel like if Nintendo can't support that, then I don't know if we're going to see them 10 years from now or 15 years from now, because FPS is, like I said, primarily taking over the market.
I mean that's true. The FPS space is clearly the biggest. I mean that is the biggest base of all games right now. I mean it's bigger than RPGs and really every other game like fighting, racing, sports games. Like I mean it is clearly the biggest series. However, I mean if you're going to buy a Nintendo system, you're not buying it for a first-person shooter. And look at how the Wii sold. People didn't buy the Wii to play a first-person shooter on it, and it sold phenomenally. I mean that's why I think that Nintendo is still going to be able to do well because they're going to be making games that are not first-person shooters. Like the GameCube and the Wii, they had a ton of games that were not first-person shooters, but they still sold very well, and they were still fun games to play. So that's why I think that, I mean, the first-person shooter base, it's obviously a huge base, but, I mean, I don't think Nintendo's going to be losing too much by not having that. And Nintendo is still probably going to be able to, like, they're still going to have some first-person shooters on their console. It's not like they're never going to make a first-person shooter on it. So.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like what I said. The ports that the Wii U or the Wii got, because like remember when the Wii got shit? I think the Wii got Modern Warfare 3, right?
Maybe. I know I had World at War. I think.
Okay, well, yeah, the
But,
World at War. Like, if you look at the comparison from PC to PS3 to Wii, the graphics were like dumbed down, and it's
well,
like it was literally what the console could handle. Like, if
yeah, the Wii, it was not being able to play 720p, excuse me, that is the big reason why the Wii had its downfalls,
wait,
because
wait,
it
wait,
wasn't,
wait, 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 the Wii wasn't on 720p.
no, it only could just play 480p.
I
Yeah, that's kind of why it
actually
was
didn't
like,
know that.
yeah, that's pretty much why everyone was like, oh my god, this isn't that great. But, yeah,
Wait, so was the Wii U 720p or 1080p?
we use 1080p.
So they just
Yeah.
skipped the whole 720p party?
Yeah, they're just like, fuck 720p. Pardon my French. But, yeah.
Wait, but just
But,
go on
like,
what you were saying.
but yeah, it's just like, I lost my train of thought, but, yeah.
So,
It's,
so you think that since Nintendo isn't trying, well, I'm trying to think of a way to say this. Since Nintendo isn't relying too heavily on the FPS franchise, which is clearly where the most money goes through, like presently in all gaming, you don't think that it should be chasing the FPS market instead of their own market? Do you think it's right for them to fall back on their own games?
well, I mean, Nintendo has been successful on their own games. Like, I mean, look at the Super Smash Brothers series, the Mario Kart series, Zelda. I mean,
Pokemon's still huge.
Pokemon, exactly. I mean, all those games are still huge. And the first-person shooter base is huge, don't get me wrong. But I think that Nintendo is capable of being absolutely successful on their own without going into the first-person shooter base. Because we've seen that in the past with the N64, GameCube, and the Wii. But given the Wii didn't have too many hardcore games such as first-person... I mean, the Wii... I wish the Wii did have a few more hardcore games on it, but still, it was a great system, despite the fact that it didn't have too many. So, I'm trying to think of a way to say what I'm thinking of, but...
Yeah, it's hard to say because I feel like whenever I think about Nintendo, I can't like wrap my head around like I'm not trying to like call it Nintendo right now. I know I have been for like the whole video, but it's like whenever I think of Nintendo, I think of some like company that's like going off like a fairy tale, you know. It's like
Yeah.
they're not like in it with like the rest of the companies that are just like Sony or like Microsoft who are like chasing the first person shooter and third person shooter. And I hate to keep on bringing that up, but the fact that so much money goes through it makes it like a really important piece
Yeah.
of like the puzzle. And
Yeah,
I
that's
just
true.
don't. The fact that Nintendo launching their new console and not really focusing on first-person shooters when they're focusing on like the Nintendo games, it's like I don't see why they would blow off that chance. I'm sure some company would have made them like a game exactly for it, but
Like, I mean, that's what Zombie U is about. I mean, it was pretty much just like, hey, the Wii U is capable of doing first-person shooters. But then again, Zombie U was rated very, very poorly. And I have a phone call right now, but I don't feel like answering that. And, so yeah, it's pretty much that, yeah, so, I lost my train of thought, but, I mean, Black Ops 2, it was a perfect port. I mean, playing it on the Wii U, it was just as good, if not better, than on the Xbox 360. So that's why the Wii U is capable of playing first-person shooters, and the first-person shooters that it is capable of playing are not going to be as good as the first-person shooters that the PS3 and the next-gen Xbox are going to be capable of playing. I mean, that's just, I mean, obviously, they're not going to be capable of playing that. Though the next-gen consoles for the PS4, the next-gen Xbox will be able to play first-person shooters that the Wii U cannot. However, the Wii doesn't need to appeal to that base, because Nintendo, they have their own base. They don't need to try to get some other base when they already have their own base. So why appeal to something else if you are already successful with one thing? So
you think Nintendo is doing something right now by attracting their audience with like with their amount of games like Fire Emblem and Pikmin and all that stuff?
yeah, I think that Nintendo is going to be successful with that. It's just that the reason why the Wii U hasn't sold well since the first month is that it doesn't have any games on it. I mean, they don't have a 3D Mario. They don't have a Mario Kart. They don't have a Zelda. They don't have next Pikmin, which was supposed to come out at release, but still isn't. I mean, it's going to be coming out in the summer. I mean, they don't have any games on it. That's why it isn't selling. And if they had the games on it, it would be selling. Because, I mean, a lot of people would be saying, oh, yeah, I want to play the next Zelda. I want to play the next 3D Mario. Those games would be selling like hotcakes. I mean, they'd be flying off shelves. It's just that they don't have any software on it now. the hardware is a good piece of hardware, but the hardware doesn't mean that much unless you have good software to go on it. And I mean, it's a lot more important to have good games on it than it is to have good hardware. Because I mean, you could have something that has 100 terabytes of a hard drive, and it could have 100 gigs of RAM. But if it can't play the games, I mean, if the games on it aren't that enjoyable to play, why would you want to play it? Like, I mean, you could go back and play something on the Atari, and it might be fun still, even though it has really no capabilities compared to the systems today. So that's why I think that Nintendo's lack of essentially hardware capabilities, that's not really going to hurt it in the long run, because Nintendo's games are still going to be able to compete with the games that Microsoft and Sony develops.
Okay, and well, I mean, there's not really much to say on the Wii U. There's really one thing we can do, and that's really just wait and see where it is like a year from now and see what games are coming out and see what's like announced. Because I remember the only reason I actually played my Wii again for like the longest time was, have you heard of the game Xenoblade Chronicles?
Xenoblade, yes, I have. I've heard of that game.
Have you played it?
I have not played it, but I've seen some gameplay of it.
Yeah, it was supposed to like save the Wii from going into hell, but you know it's. I mean, I don't know. We just have to see what happens, like what they're gonna announce and what they want to do with it, and like new updates, because Nintendo really did. They started off this whole console video game store, and to see them like where they are right now, it's just, I feel like it's potential wasted, you know.
Yeah, I think that Nintendo should have done something a little bit more than they did with the Wii U, because what they essentially did is said, hey, look, it's a Wii with a touchpad, and it has better specs. But there really wasn't, I mean, honestly, there wasn't anything too much about it. But the games they're going to make on it are going to be better because it has better specs. So, I mean, they're going to make something that's far better, trust me. Like, the games on it are going to be far better than the games created on the Wii.
Alright, so last question for you. What made you want to buy the Wii U?
Pikmin.
Pikmin? One game made you buy the Wii U.
I love the Pikmin series. No, that was no. I mean, I was interested in the whole eShop and the whole YouTube thing. So, but yeah, I really wanted to see what Nintendo was capable of, and I've always been a Nintendo fan, as you've probably been able from what I've talked about so far. But I really think that Nintendo is going to do well in the next few months. It's just as long as they produce the games that they should. Like, if they produce Super Smash Brothers, a Zelda, a 3D Mario, if they keep producing that stuff, if they produce it on the Wii U, I guarantee you that the Wii U will be selling out soon.
Yeah, because, I mean, it's basically like you said, because of games like Zelda, Pikmin, Super Smash Bros., and Pokemon, those are like the real reasons why Nintendo is still alive and still going strong today. They have some really amazing exclusive games, as you said, that keep them going, and it's kind of like, wow, because like you said, the basis is huge. And now that we're off the topic of the Wii U, do you want to talk about the 3DS, or?
I mean, I'm open to talking about the 3DS. I don't know too much about it, but I'm willing to talk about it. Yeah.
All right, so I own a 3DS. I got
You do?
I got it day one.
Oh, so that's kind of like me with the Wii U.
Yeah,
I was like the first person in Michigan to get a Wii U.
I'd actually believe that. It's because I heard the sales didn't go that great. I'm waiting for the price cut, but I'll probably end up picking it up sooner or later.
I would say that once the price drops, it would be far better for you to get. Just wait for it to drop $50 or something.
50, 100, free Craigslist. No, I'm just kidding. But so I mean, like if you ask me like why I bought a 3DS, it's actually it's for the reason that you bought the Wii U. Except I got it for I'm not sure if you know this series, but you know Kingdom Hearts.
I know Kingdom Hearts. Yes.
Have you played any of the games?
I have not played any of the games. I've been wanting to play some of them though.
Yeah, I've been a long time fan since. It's like the way I got into it was I played Kingdom Hearts 2 and then 1, and then I was like, whoa, all these games are coming out sooner or later. So I got really excited. And if you check my channel, yes, I'm doing advertising in the middle of a video.
UG6!
I got the 1.5 HD collection and the 2.5 HD collection, like rumors and announcements, but yeah, and those are in the description. Yeah, I'm doing advertising, but oh yeah, and if you guys don't know him, the guy that I'm talking to, It's Mr. Soccer Fan. So I'll leave his description.
Three.
I'll leave his description below if you want to check out his videos. Once Pikmin 3 gets going, he's probably gonna have a walkthrough on his channel. It's gonna be pretty good. I know.
Probably gonna get a Let's Play as soon as it comes out. I'm probably gonna be the first person to upload it. So if you want to see the first Pikmin 3 Let's Play, subscribe to my channel.
Which will be in the description. But okay, back to the 3DS. Do you have anything to say on the 3DS? Or
I think it was kind of. I mean, it's really just like it's like a Nintendo DS with better specs. Like, I mean, the whole 3D part about it, I think that's kind of stupid, to be honest.
you think
Like, I mean,
it's overrated?
what?
You think it's overrated or just stupid?
I really don't know because I don't have one. And I think that it's a good idea I should get a 3DS soon, but I don't really think that it's that great of a console. I mean, it's a good console, but I mean, there's
There's
a
nothing
few
for it.
games on it. Yeah, I mean, there's
It's like the only reason I bought it was for the Metal Gear Solid 3 HD remix and Kingdom Hearts 358 by 2 days. I mean, I'm a huge Kingdom Hearts fan. That's like literally when I first saw that I was like, I have to buy this.
yeah.
So I did, and I felt like I wasted my money because I haven't picked it up in so long.
Yeah, that's how I felt with. That's how I feel with the Wii U. I mean, I bought it for Pikmin because I was thinking Pikmin would be coming out on the
Yeah,
release.
yeah,
It's been delayed to Q2 of 2013.
yeah.
So a whole year after the release.
Yeah, dude, that was the same thing for the Kingdom Hearts games. Because when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, this trailer looks so pretty. I gotta play it. So one thing led to the next, but yeah, all in due time, though, I guess. Because I mean, if you ask me, I think the handheld like generation is starting to die. I mean, do you think it is?
Well, actually, that's a big thing about what. That's a big thing going on right now is that the whole thing about handhelds are going to be taking over the consoles, which I do not think is true at all. I think that the consoles are going to be far better than the handhelds. Because people are making arguments like, oh, the games on the iPhone and iPads are going to be able to take down the consoles. No,
What?
they're not. Yeah, I mean, there's people making those arguments. Like, the consoles
Yeah.
are going to eventually die because the games on the iPods and iPads are going to overtake them. That is not going to happen.
That's such a bullshit argument. Though.
Exactly, it is. And I'm just thinking, no, that's not going to happen. And the games on the 3DS are very good, but I mean, I think they're very convenient considering you could play them anywhere at any time. But I don't know, it's just like a Nintendo DS with better games. I mean, the reason that I think I would pick one up is if I wanted to play Mario Kart 7 or the new Luigi's Mansion. So
Yeah, I mean, you've heard about. I don't know if you heard this. I'm a pretty big geek. If you guys haven't realized yet,
he's a very big geek. He's being modest. He's being modest.
So on. Well, I've kept up with this with the National with the National Mobile Phone Congress thing. If you guys don't know what that is, but they actually, you know, Nvidia.
And video?
Yeah, they make the graphics card.
Oh, no.
Yeah, those people. Yeah, they're trying to revolutionize like handheld like gaming, and they have this thing called Project Shield, which is basically a controller for your phone, or it's a phone with like literal built-in controls, not the Sony like Xperia, but it has like literal built-in controls, and it's like in full HD 1080p. I don't know why Nvidia is trying to like make like I don't like what do you think about that? Like when you hear mobile gaming, what do you think?
I'm personally not too big of a fan of mobile gaming. I really think that console gaming is far better because you are simply not going to be able to get I mean, as of right now, you're not going to be able to get the hardware that you can get into consoles into a handheld device without making the price ridiculously high. Like, I mean, if you could get everything that's inside of an Xbox 360 into something that's the size of a PS Vita, but you're not going to be able to make it affordable because Xbox 360s are very affordable right now. And I mean, and PS Vitas are pretty affordable too, but you cannot get.
Did that have a price cut? I thought it was $250.
I think it's like 180 or something.
Ooh,
I don't know.
now I might pick it up. But
I mean, I could be wrong, but I think that console gaming right now is the way to go. But in the future, I'd say 5-10 years, mobile gaming is going to be very big. Because, like, I mean, honestly, I know Apple is kind of phasing out iPhones, as silly as that sounds, because they're trying to make, like, glasses that have the phone technology on them. Which
Yeah, I don't know what Apple is doing.
Apple's research developer, Apple's R&D department is kind of drunk right now. So
I mean,
I
I
mean,
don't.
I'm just
I mean, after. I mean, like, if you guys have like been keeping up on my channel, I've recently built a computer, and like learning all this stuff about computers and like the pricing I got mine for. I'm looking at like these iMacs, and it's really ridiculous. They're charging like $3,000 worth of like a computer that you can build for half that price, or buy a Windows model for half that price. It's really ridiculous. So I don't want to turn this into an Apple conversation because I will get pissed off and I will go on a little rant. So we're not gonna do that. But yeah. So just as a way to close this video, do you have any more thoughts on Nintendo overall, or?
I think that Nintendo is still going to do fine because I mean, there's articles and things published by Sony and Microsoft where they pay other people off to say, "Hey, say bad things about Nintendo. So say that they're phasing out." I mean, they're not phasing out at all. I mean, they just don't have any games out for their Wii U yet. That's the only reason why it's struggling. I think that as soon as they get games out on it, it's going to do well, and I think that's the same thing for the 3DS. I mean, I think that they need to make some other revolutionary console for the next gen, the one after the Wii U. And the Wii U, I think it's going to be very successful, but I don't think it's going to be as successful as the Wii. But it's still going to be more successful than people think right now. So
All right, and it's like exactly what you said. Nintendo makes these like killer games that everybody's just like, "Whoa, what the?" We're all like, "What the fuck?" So, and then when it comes out, it's like we're like all mind blown. And
yeah,
honestly, I think that by the time Super Smash Bros. I don't know, finish or whatever it's gonna be called, when it's like announced, it's gonna be like the Wii U sales are gonna go skyrocketing, and
exactly.
then Zelda's gonna, then they're gonna like announce a new like Zelda game, like Zelda, like Part 1 3D or something. I don't know, but it'll be something funny. But
Yeah,
that'll attract a lot of people, and I'm sure that the Pikmin audience is huge. I don't know much about
there's
Pikmin.
yeah, like I mean, there's several channels out there that are devoted solely to Pikmin and have thousands of subscribers. Where it's just speculation about what the game's going to be about. I mean, there's this one guy that's pure speculation, and he has like 2,000 subscribers at least. So
That's
I
so
mean,
good though.
yeah, it's ridiculous. So
But yeah, so I wanted to thank you for doing this with me.
absolutely no problem. It's my pleasure.
All right.
Or UG6.
Oh, okay.
Make sure to subscribe to this guy. He's an absolutely amazing guy. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. Like this video. Check out my channel if you like tits.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, actually on my channel, I don't even ask for likes. I don't
Yeah,
even.
I don't like it. I don't care about likes either. I prefer comments to likes actually.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Comments are cool because you actually like interact with your people.
Yeah, yeah.
But thanks for everybody that listened to this and is UG6 checking out. Bye.
Peace out, homies.
Let's get it.